Hi, everyone. It's nice to have you all here. I'm excited to show you our vLex platform. In case you were all kind of used to Fastcase, we've kind of reamped our platform and it's now vLex. The first thing I want to take you to is our vLex Content Explorer. So this is a public site that you can go to. It's explore.vlex.com. And if you go by content in North America, United States, this is a really easy to use kind of site where you can search up a specific content or maybe a product. And this is kind of like where we have all of our information. If you're looking at courts and date ranges, number of documents we have for each court, things like that, you can download all this information in case someone comes in with a content question, like, do you have these specific books or do you have the specific set of documents? I would just go to here. Another thing that I want to show you when you are looking at vLex, this is a huge one. And so it would be in the helped knowledge base. This is very crucial. I use this every day and I work at vLex, so I'm sure those that don't work at vLex will want to take use of this. This is where you'll find all information about the platform or any questions that can come out of this. So for example, if someone comes in and they're kind of wanting to understand about what a Boolean search is and how do you write that, like we have all this information. You can just search it on there. We do have incorporated quick videos. And so a lot of times people have a lot of easier, it's easier for them to understand looking at the videos actually at how to do them. So we have all of this information there. We do also go into specifics on how to sign in, how to start your research on the vLex library. It'll give you quick videos as well. So there's the advanced search, the browse function, and then just a smart search bar, which I'll kind of go over. But this is one of the most important aspects of the call. So I just wanted to make sure to do that right in the beginning to really take advantage of this help knowledge base section here, because I'm sure you will get asked certain questions about the platform that not everyone will know how to use it. And so you can just go right ahead and you can even share with them this link. And that could be really helpful and save you a lot of time. Okay, so when it comes to the vLex platform, we do have here the regular search bar. You can search by content here, for example, to make things easier. We've kind of organized it in a way if you're looking for specific case law or statutes or rules and guidelines, administrative materials, all of that, you can just click right there. We also have here at the bottom part of the front page, we have our latest news and international news. So we have direct partners to certain blogs and things like that. So we get these news reports and they get updated hourly and daily. And then for international news, you are able to click on that. And this is all international English news. Okay, so when you're doing a search, like I mentioned, there's 3 ways that you can do a search on the vLex site. You can do a regular search bar, which would probably be your Boolean search, or if you have a specific case that you want to look up, you can put it in here. You can be specific once you click here on US to specific states or courts. So let's say you're wanting to just look in California. You can click on that and then it'll take you to only materials that are from California, or you can just leave it as all states as well. The second way that you can do a search is going through the browse function here on the left-hand side. So once you click browse, let's say you go into books and journals. Let's say I go into the American Bar Association. You can do a search here if you'd like. And then go into the antitrust premium library, and let's say I go into that book. So that's one way that you can use the search feature, is just going through that browse and kind of going down the tree there. One thing about our books on our platform, they are exactly the same as they are in the books. So when it comes to if you have to mention specific page number or anything like that, everything will be exactly how it is stated in the book. All of our documents and materials on our platform, you are able to highlight and create notes. You can, as you can see here, it'll show me on the left-hand side what I've highlighted. And then you can also put in your own notes here. Let's say this is important. And then that saves there. You can remove this if you'd like, and then you can print with or without your changes or highlights or notes. We do have, every time you look at a specific document on vLex, this is something different that we didn't have on Fastcase. We actually have a bit of an AI feature that works with vLex where it'll look at the document you're reading and it'll provide you with some related documents based on what it is that you're looking at. So that's a really good way to facilitate your research. It'll also give you the cited authorities and, again, any related documents to what it is that you're looking at. Any questions so far? Feel free to interrupt me or, yeah, go ahead.
Yes. I was wondering about your news feature. Do you carry news from law.com?
That's a good question.
I'm asking because I think I ran into a paywall recently when I was trying to read an article there. So
yeah, let me double check for you. I don't want to give you the wrong information, but let me just double check if we do work with them. It does sound really familiar, but I don't want to be wrong. So I will get back to you on that. Okay, Diane. Okay, thank you. Okay, and then when you are looking as well, if you are looking at a specific book, we don't have any restrictions on downloading and printing chapters. We just don't allow the whole book to be printed all at once. So you are able to print every single chapter of the book separately. You just can't print the whole book from start to finish. And that's just for copyright reasons. And then the most useful way to do a search, which is, I left it for last, would be the advanced search feature. So once you click on advanced search, this is probably where I would guide anyone using the platform to go to, because it'll just make the research a lot easier. And you're just kind of following all of these informations here. You can click out everything that you know about it and then go ahead. So for example, again, it's going to ask me, what are you looking for? Which type of jurisdiction? I'm going to stick to all of the states. Let's say I'm looking for a specific case. So I can click on case. And then as you notice, as I click on specific ones, the bottom filters are going to change depending on what I'm clicking. So for example, if I click on cases, then a case name or court name, or maybe if you have the name of a judge or a docket number, any kind of information that you have that would be helpful, you can input here and it'll just make it a lot easier. This is pretty much a depicted Boolean search. If you hover over the question mark, it will, sorry, let me just let this one other person in. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you hover over the question mark, it will kind of give you an explanation of when you would use or put in the information there. Again, here we have at the end how you would use the Boolean search function. let's say I am looking for specific cases on divorce settlement and I click search. I am going to get a lot of information coming back to me on this. I can sort it by the most recent if this is something that you want to use here as well. You are able to do a search within a search. So once you get your results, you can maybe put here childcare or anything like that, and it will do a search within that specific search that we just did. Here on the left-hand side, we have kind of a list of legal authorities that you can be more specific on what it is that I'm looking for. So example, I wanted to look at cases, so I found 13,000 cases. But let's say, you know what, I was reading this case and maybe I want to find out more about the regulations or administrative decisions on this topic. You can go and kind of look at it here. You can also change or modify your states, or maybe if you found the court that you're wanting to focus on, and then the date range as well. If you want to play around with that, you can. So let's say I go into the specific case here. As you can see here at the top, I have the the case citation. We do have a copy button here just to make things easier if you need to paste that anywhere. We also have this case analysis feature. This is something that it's, again, another little AI feature that vLex incorporates. And what it is instead of you having to read this whole opinion, you can just read the case analysis and it gives you the legal issue, the head note, and then the key paragraph or any key phrases. And that's just to facilitate the research time. All of the most important information based on my search on the right-hand side, you'll see these blue shades boxes. So the darker the blue, the more relevant that quote is based on my search. So it'll just facilitate you going through the document, seeing exactly what you should be reading and focusing on. We do have here on the right-hand side, again, that similar cases. So similar documents here, we have similar cases that you can go into. And then one really interesting feature with vLex is that we have a platform called Docket Alarm. So Docket Alarm is our platform where we have all of the current dockets that are ongoing right now all over the US. So even though you don't have access to Docket Alarm, we still provide you with the recent citing litigation. So if there's any current ongoing cases that are dealing with the similar matter of what you would be able to go into it and take a look. So if I clicked on it, you would see the docket, but you wouldn't be able to actually download any of the documents or use the platform in more detail. I believe it'll stop you after 2 or 3 clicks. So, but it's very interesting to be able to have that information in case whoever is looking at it wants to take more, you know, they can go wherever else to get this information from the docket, but at least it's there. There's one more person here. I'm just going to admit them. Here we go. So that's Docket Alarm. We do have here at the top the cited authorities, the cited in. Again, everything is hyperlinked, so you're able to quickly go in and click it, and it'll take you right to it. We have a precedent map. So this is more of like a visual, not to scare anyone, but this is more of a visual representation of cited authorities and cited in. So the big blue circle is the case that you're looking at, and then you have the cited authorities and then the cited in. The bigger the circle, the more relevant it is to the case. And again, you are able to print and download. We don't have restrictions on that. Okay. Yeah, okay. I thought I saw something coming into the chat. Any questions so far? Okay. One thing I also want to bring up, because this is actually a very interesting aspect that we have on our and feature on vLex is that we can actually, we can translate every single document on our platform, every single one, into 14 other languages. So if someone comes into the library and they either have a client that speaks Spanish, or they have, or themselves speak Spanish as their first language, and they're having a hard time understanding the document, you are able to let them know that every single document can just be translated into Spanish. And you can even do a parallel text side by side of the English to Spanish translation. The translation is a bit better than a regular Google Translate, but we do not suggest you using the translated text in court. And then, oh, and one other thing that I do like to mention as well, we do have forms available on our platform, and these forms also get translated into Spanish as well, or any of the other languages. I do know some attorneys that really like that, because it's hard for some of their clients to be able to answer or fill out the forms in English. Any questions?
Not at this point.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to the library, you'll see here on the top that we have our Vincent platform. This is our AI platform. It would not be available for the library. So if anyone does ask about it, they would not have access to Vincent. So although it opens up here for me because I have access to it, they would not be able to open it up. The other thing I want to mention is the folders. This will not be showing during the library subscription, just for security reasons. So if it does show, please let me know, but there shouldn't be a folder section. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I think when it comes to vLex, my takeaways that I would take out of this is being accustomed to using the knowledge base, which is that help center. This is exactly like, for example, if I need help on how to do a search, you can just click here and it'll give you a step-by-step on how to do searches on vLex. If you're looking at how to transcribe documents, it'll give you that. How to use the advanced search, and here's another video walkthrough. So I think a major source of assistance will be that help center, and then also kind of starting your searches on the advanced search, because I think if you use the regular search bar, unless you're looking for a specific citation that you have of a case, this just makes it a lot easier for you to be able to fill out as much information as possible in the correct place to get to exactly what it is that you want. The save as an alert, that won't be available as well for libraries, just because that's specific to a person's login information, and they wouldn't have that. Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Diane. If you want to go ahead and say that. Yeah. So you wouldn't have access to actually use Docket Alarm, but I think she mentioned it is free and available from your own database.
Well, yeah, actually, hi, this is Diane. I'm the director of the Law Library. And so we have a wonderful account subscription with vLex, and with our public access, it does not include Docket Alarm. So that's not something that you would be able to access through us, because it's just, unfortunately, more than our budget can support. But all of the state, federal core materials, all the research and being able to find cases and authoritative law is freely available to anyone from our database page. which I put in link to in the chat. So please check it out there.
Yeah, perfect. Although we aren't able to provide everyone access with Docket Alarm, you will still be able to see when you do look at specific cases, the dockets that are relevant to the case. You just might not be able to actually open up documents or see the full docket, but you'll know that the docket number is there. This is all going to be available that you'll see, and this is all included and free.
Thank you, Juliana. Juliana, I had to step away for 1 second to pick up something from my copy machine, but did you review the translation button?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so if you go here, let's say I'm looking at this case, just right here at the top right, you'll see there's a translate button. So you can click on that and then just pick whichever language you'd like from the drop-down menu. Again, like I mentioned, it does work for forms as well, which I like to bring up because that could be really helpful.
It's such an exciting feature. Thank you so much for all this.
Thank you. Oh, Ollie, do you have a question?
Yes, hi. So sorry I'm without video. I just have a horrible cold today, but I decided to attend. So I was wondering, is the access only available on site at the law library, or is it available through the law library site as well?
I believe it's available through the law library site as well because it's through IP authentication.
Yes, so in the chat, I put a link to the Law Library's Legal Databases website page, and there's a link there, and you can use this from home. You can use it anywhere you are.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Well, thank you all so much for this. If any questions do come up, feel free again to message me, but it was a pleasure to connect with you all.